Well, hello and welcome back. My name is Holiday Doc and thank you for tuning in today. We've got UMG New Breed, which, if you don't know or already know, this is mine as well as Jeff from UMAD Gear's sponsored online AM team. What does that mean? Well, these guys are our bread and butter, not in the sense of making us millions of dollars, but in the sense that we are here to help build them up, help them out in any way we can, and promote them not only as a sponsor, but as a team that is out here to do good in the community, which means a lot more than you might think. Trust me. Jeff, myself, we all think that this community is lacking a whole lot of professionalism, but I don't want to go down to that path. That is a whole nother rant video for another time. This is, I believe, UMG up against Ace Squad, which is a top GB contending S&D only team. Kind of mixed feelings about those S&D guys up there on the ladder, especially the GB ladder, when they're not lagging people out and dropping host. Well, they're only playing S&D, which is kind of gay. I'm just playing. They probably do drop host, but S&D is a vital part of the online Call of Duty community. Everybody loves it. Everybody likes to see it go down. It's very competitive and kind of exciting. I know Modern Warfare 3 has brought a lot of new aspects to the Call of Duty game that we haven't really seen before. Lots of dynamic changes. S&D is a great game. Some of the map choices I still don't fully agree with, especially on the variant style rules. But we are seeing, a lot of great gameplay come out of these top teams. And hopefully we're going to see a lot of good gameplay come out of this team. New Breed, just saying, bringing it back, kicking it old school, just like I promised. The only difference is I'm not on the team, in a figurative sense. I may be lending a helping hand here and there, not playing, of course, because I'm terrible. I'm dookie, and pretty terrible. Let's be frank. I haven't really played video games in quite some time. Been really busy with work. Been really busy with real life stuff, and trying to get situated into a point where I'm comfortable with how my real life is doing, to the point where I can maybe slowly incorporate video games back into the regular lifestyles. But what are we talking about today? Let's stop randering on about random stuff. I want to answer a very critical question that I've been getting quite a few, Twitter messages, YouTube messages, bullshit messages about, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. This goes back into relating to the YouTube or the Call of Duty community, and how fucking ignorant and retarded and childish it is. If I could backhand kids via the internet, the god-powerful internet, it's just not powerful enough. I want to be able to reach through my screen and choke a bitch with some of these comments. No, and here we go. I'm going to let the fucking can out of the bag right now. Why would you sponsor New Breed? They're terrible. Why don't you pick a pro team or another good team? First of all, who the fuck do you people, in general haters, think you are? If you're not doing anything positive for our community, if you don't run a professional team that professionally plays on a professional level and supports the community, you have no fucking right to say anything about anything. Number one. And my New Breed team's down 0-3. But I wouldn't show a slam out loss, so watch for the comeback. Oh yeah. Anyways, New Breed, well, let's kind of go into the generalization of why I wanted to sponsor an AM team over a professional team. Number one, AM teams will work 100 times harder than a pro team once you've sponsored them. They realize that what they've got in a sponsorship comes around not too often. Very far and few between do you see AM teams get a decent sponsorship. And I'm not talking about the retarded controller sponsors that charge $200 controllers to their sponsored team. That's bullshit. If you're one of those teams, find a new sponsor. Just saying. I'm talking about sponsors that are actually doing things to help their teams out. You don't see that at all. AM teams are respectful. They're grateful for everything that comes their way, and they take criticism. I think that's the biggest part of why I wanted to help out an AM team. What happens if you tell a pro player he did something wrong? Nah, man, fuck that shit. You know, I'm pro. I fucking, whatever, it was lag. I got host dropped. I got fucking dookie connection. That's all you hear out of most pros is excuse after fucking excuse. Really? Tell me one time you haven't watched a pro player do a live stream where he hasn't complained about lag or host compensation bullshit or something, right? No, I'm not saying that AM teams are any different. They're going to complain. Hell, I complain every time I get on this game. I contemplate taking a fucking razor blade and slitting my wrists every time. No, not that serious, but serious enough, if you know what I mean. Now, AM teams take criticism. Criticism is the number one way to get better at whatever you're trying to do. Whether it's shoutcasting, whether it's being a YouTube producer, whether it's being a player. On any level, you need to be able to respectfully take criticism. Hip firing like a boss right there with the PP90. And I'm making that apparent because Reckless just tweeted out on Twitter that this game is nothing but hip firing PP90s, which I think is funny because he's using it now. Just kidding. Anyways, back to the point of the topic. I like AM teams. They take criticism. They work well with sponsors. They're professional attitudes. Now, I totally agree with not every AM team is like this. But once you find a good one, and most AM teams are like this because they're all striving to make it to that point where what they're doing means something. You know, not everyone wants to, play on the AM circuit forever and not make it to that pro status or even that known status. Known status, I think, means more to a lot of these guys than you would imagine. They don't work their ass off every day getting better at this game to take a handout. Like, here you go, here's $20 Microsoft points. Thanks for playing. Thanks for coming out. No, they wanna see that their improvements are meaning something and they're doing well against their fellow competitors. And what a better way to do this than to take a team that I know will be willing to do a lot of things in this community. They're not the best. No team out there is going to be the best off the start. All I ask from these guys is that they keep a professional mannerism in the community, produce some good content for you guys to enjoy, and have a good time. The rest is up to me. I want to get these guys to events. I just hooked them up all with scuffs, so they're going to have some scuff controllers going out to them. And, it's one of those things. I'm trying to help these guys out. They're helping me out by just being a good team. And a lot of people are questioning why I would even sponsor a team in the first place. It's not to gain anything. Trust me. It's all about passing the torch. When I was a World at War player, and I think the heat or the prime of my playing, even Modern Warfare 2, I managed to land some sponsors, make a decent paycheck every month, just playing the game, having fun, producing YouTube content. What better thing could you ask for? That's what I want to do for these guys. Pass the torch. Hopefully help these guys out. Hopefully create, some new players that you guys are interested in seeing. And some new YouTube content out there that is not stale, boring, and the same old that you probably see. Which is going to be pretty difficult, let's be honest. Last thing I want to touch on is shoutcasting. Some people had commented on my previous Twitter comments about criticizing other shoutcasters out there. Number one, the fucking truth hurts. Deal with it. If you can't take criticism yet again, you're probably in the wrong profession. When I was an MLG showcaster for MLG in Black Ops, do you know how many fucking hate messages I got every single time I opened my mouth? He's not talking fast enough. He doesn't know the game well enough. He's not a pro player. Why is he on there? He's fat. His tux doesn't look good. His shirt isn't blue enough. That's the type of shit you deal with every day. Speaking of which, I just want to make something perfectly fucking clear. I am not a comedian on the mic. Not to mention, we were giving very specific instructions to myself and Corey Dunn to make that broadcast. That was a fucking nice knife. To make that broadcast look and feel like a professional ESPN coverage as much as possible. But the video is coming to an end. I have so much more to talk about. It's amazing. Once you don't do commentaries for so long, you got so much more to talk about. But I'm going to touch on the startcasting stuff maybe in another video. I want to thank you guys for checking in on today's S&D match. And I hope you guys can enjoy it. Leave a comment, share it, Twitter it, however that works. Put it on Facebook if you got a million friends. Tell them all to watch it. Let's support New Breed. Let's support competitive gaming. Thanks so much.